I wasn't doing urban exploring, but that mall that I mentioned, it's now torn down. They just started tearing it down a couple weeks ago. However, there are different people that went in there and they explored it. And even when you could go into it, like the old.
We're back.
I'm back. I disappeared? I never. I don't.
Stream is super laggy. I don't know if it's me or you.
It's me. Let me try to exit out of some Chrome stuff. That eats up all my data. Well, it eats up all my memory card. Because I hear on, not my stream, but that's why I do like listening to other streamers, because Tulpa stream. I'm plugging in my laptop now.
And lagging.
Okay. It is totally my internet. I'm closing out of one more thing.
Maybe you should try resetting your router. Okay. Can you hear me okay now? Am I still glitching? Am I still even connected? Ashley Unravels is now live. Streaming makers and crafting, Crochet and Chill 81.
Okay, I see someone is back. And I left my door open. I'm not going to shut that door right now. I just got back.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me better now? Am I lagging is the other question.
I was trying to give it a minute before answering, but it seems good so far.
Good. Okay. Yeah, I need to buy a new router. I need to buy a new router, and I also need to call my internet provider because this is ridiculous. This is a different internet provider that I just so happen to have because I used to do craft shows and I didn't trust that the places had internet. So, mobile hotspot, here we go. Glad that I have it.
Does your internet provider not give you a router?
I opted out of it because their deal is, oh, we give you a router, but we're going to charge you this extra fee to have your router. Versus, I can just buy it straight out. Like, this router that I have right now, I think I've had it for 4 or 5 years. So it's probably needing a software update or a hardware update. Well, not hardware. It probably just needs a software update. I need to go onto that website and do it. Versus, if I went through my internet provider, they'll be like, okay, it's 2 years, and then you don't get to keep your router. And they just keep billing you for it. Something stupid like that. I was like, I'll own my property outright. How about that? Because they're going to charge like an additional 20 or 30 bucks a month just to have it. The one that I have right now was like 200 bucks. And I got more than 2 years out of it, so I'm happy with it. Just corporate doing corporate thingies.
I don't think I've ever had a router for more than a year.
Yeah, I'm pushing this one to the limit. And this is the repercussions as but I didn't start streaming until recently. Like, January is the first time that I streamed consistently online. So that's a part of it too. I'm not super techy, but I'm just like, yeah. It's just like my cell phone. I still have my last cell phone from before this one. And this one, I will keep it.
At one point they were giving us a new router every other month and you had to switch over immediately or lose internet access.
Ew. Ew. I don't like that. It's also probably about time for me to call and get them to update their internet too. I don't know about these service providers. But that could be a whole topic on itself. At least it's not really a monopoly. Like, there is some division. I'm trying to think of other things. Oh, we were talking about the Urban X stuff. But yeah, someone did a video of that mall and it falling apart. I remember one of the last times I went in there because it had two movie theaters. It had one on the bottom floor and one on the top floor. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go upstairs and see how the upstairs look because there was a way to get out upstairs as well. But I was like, we'll just see. I'm going to walk this dead mall. The ceiling tiles were falling out of it. Let's just say I did not walk on that side of the mall because I also have a fear of heights. Well, actually, correction. I do not have a fear of heights. I have a fear of falling to my death. Let's be 1,000% clear. Thus, the fear of heights is an effect. It's not the cause of the fear. And yeah, no. I was just like, I need to get out of here. I need to move to this next place because this is absolutely not where I need to be. And I would pull up Discord, but I'm kind of scared it's going to cause everything to mess up. So I'm not to read your
I have
article.
a fear of heights, but I try to confront that fear whenever I can. I believe in exposure therapy.
Well, that's how I know the limits of my fear of falling. Because I notice if I can get up there on my own, I'm normally okay. Say, for instance, well, also, too, I think it's unfortunate and funny. The last two jobs I've had in tall buildings, I'm always on the top floor, which is the fourth floor. So I'm okay with going up to the fourth floor of most buildings as long as I know I can get myself out of the building in some way. But I also will not go into tiny elevators. That is more because on campus, I think it had 12 floors. There's a hall called Smith Hall. And it went all the way up. And the thing is, the higher up it went, the more rickety the elevator got. And it was such an old building. I think it was built in the early 1900s. So they're basically fitting this death contraption of an elevator into this building that was not meant to have an elevator. So one was the size of a closet. The other was twice the size, but still pretty small. I was like, yeah, no. So my academic advisor was on the 8th floor. I would take the steps up to the 8th floor. I was okay with that, being up there. And then I would take the steps down. I would be out of breath, but I was fine because I was going up on my own accord. And I did get stuck on an elevator on the basement floor of my dorm room, which was interesting. But that elevator also caught on fire.
The mall I went to as a kid had these crazy glass tube elevators like straight out of Willy Wonka. I loved them as a kid, but as an adult they make me claustrophobic.
Yes, agreed. I didn't see him, but agreed. trying to think of other things. Because I don't really get jump scared in video games. Then again, I haven't played any video games. Like, I didn't do the Slender Man franchise.
I'm such a scaredy cat, I can't handle horror at all.
Good to know. I think for me it just depends on what the horror film is. Like, I remember watching Psycho, which I think was made in 1920s, and it's more like a murder mystery. Like, oh, well, who done it? It's like, well, it's this person. And you can figure out pretty quickly. So then some of the jump scares are not really scares anymore. But then again, today at work, someone was sitting there and they went through a whole list of movies. They're like, did you watch this one? Did you watch this one? And I told them, I'm like, I just was never really a movie watcher, and now that I'm older, it's hard for me to sit still to watch a full movie. Like, it has to be grabbing my attention within the first 20 minutes. Crocheting.
For someone who can't handle horror, I've actually seen a good amount of horror movies and video games.
Well, you said you believe in exposure therapy, so that tracks. I know that Scary Movie 7 came out. I'm not watching that, but that's more of a political reason than a, oh, I don't like horror films reason. I still need to watch Sinners. And I do think I will watch Spider-Man Back Home, or Back at Home, wherever the new Marvel movie is.
I've been forced against my will to watch horror movies before, like actually held my eyes open and made me watch.
I'm guessing that's from one of your siblings, not a friend, hopefully.
Nope, it was friends.
Mm. Well, alright then. Don't worry, I will not host a horror movie night. I might do it. Well, no. Can't legally stream Marvel movies. Maybe if I ever get a Discord up, I'll do some movie streams, but it won't be horror. It'll probably be like anime. Which could be borderline horror films. Never mind.
One of the best horror movies I've seen was The Skeleton Key.
I may have to add that one to the list of all the movies I haven't seen that people always ask me if I've seen. Marvel
It's like you said, a kind of mystery with a crazy twist.
I've seen The Mummy. No one ever asked me if I watched that movie. I like crazy plot twist. I think The Boyfriend is getting made into a movie. I don't know if I watched that. I did not finish the Twilights. I don't even think I watched the first Twilight movie. I have the book in my room.
My mom was obsessed with the Mummy movies when I was little.
Oh. I've seen Batman and Robin with George Clooney and Chris O'Donnell, I think is his name. And Arnold Schwarzenegger was Mr. Freeze in that. Aristocrats is the tape that I played out to the point where they had to buy a new VHS tape because it literally broke in the TV. I've seen some of the recent Disney movies just because they come on TV. Like, I saw Wicked because it came on TV for free. I'm like, okay, if eventually they're going to put it out for free, why am I paying to go to the movie theater when I can watch it from the comfort of my own home with commercials? Oh, there's green Kit Kats. I wonder if they're matcha. They're probably matcha flavor because I see Japanese writing on the back. I was going to say, or lime flavored. And that makes me want a Tim Tam. Because I heard about Australia earlier tonight. Have I ever been to Australia? No. But have I had Tim Tams? Yes.
I love the lemon Kit Kats they put out at Easter.
They have lemon flavored? We have, I forgot the brand name, but there is a special kind of egg, and it's not a Cadbury egg. It's a specific one. They have like zebra, they have white chocolate, and everything else that they come out with around this time of year. I might have to go and grab one from Jungle Gyms. That's our area. Well, I have 3 international food markets within my area that I can go to. I also have to get some more gochugaru because I didn't think about it. I checked the back of the label. It expired in November of 2025. It's not too old.
I have only ever seen the lemon Kit Kats at Target. Twitchlet a wild Vivillon, Savannah, appears Twitchlet catch it using, poke catch, winners revealed in 90s. Enter a message.
And I normally don't shop at Target, so that's probably why I haven't found it. I might be able to find it at Jungle Gyms, though. I know that's where I found the Drizzlicious, which are some very addictive rice cakes that have, like, different flavors. They have French toast, they have cinnamon toast crunch, birthday cake, and they're just good. Well, I should say they're just good if you don't have food allergies, because I do respect the fact that some people are allergic to cinnamon. And we don't tell that to people here in Ohio, like, oh, hey, this has cinnamon in it. Someone had an allergic reaction eating Gold Star chili because of it. Okay. And we're done. One, two, three, four. Want to do
Vivillon,
10 again.
Savannah, escaped. No one caught it? John Ass 5 rig.
It's not rigged. We didn't want it. We're pulling this back up again. As I said, I realized where I messed up. So I'm going to fix it. I'm just glad I didn't wear it completely out the house.
On something? I have these vintage metal boxes like recipe boxes but plain, and I want to cover them with paper or fabric, but I'm not sure which or how to go about it. Could use Mod Podge and wrapping paper, or maybe fabric and contact paper.
Okay. I have decoupage stuff in the past. Well, at least my mom did with fish bowls. I would say yes, you can use Mod Podge. Definitely use Mod Podge over, because you would just basically be paper macheing over it if you use wrapping paper. If you use fabric, I'm just wondering about contact paper. Contact paper, you do that, make sure that you take a card or something to smooth it over. But both of those should work. Are you going to put them on your bookshelf? That would be my only question. Because there's different types of Mod Podge too, like a matte one versus a glossy Mod Podge. Or there's also the option to sand it.
I've seen tons of videos online of people using contact paper to cover things with fabric, so it's definitely a thing. I just don't know how difficult it is, and I'm a perfectionist.
Could you do a test swatch on the piece itself? Like if this gum was a piece of your thing, could you just like test down the bottom and see which one you like the stickiness and tackiness of better? Ooh.
I could do a test on a piece of cardboard or something. That's not a bad idea.
That way you get the vibe and the feel of it without fully committing to it. So there you go.
I just feel like the paper is gonna be finicky and fall apart, so the fabric might be easier.
that's valid. Because it does. It'll either warp or it could. If it doesn't warp, it potentially. Unless it's dry rot. Which I highly doubt that's the type of fabric that you have.
Stream just went down for a sec, but it's back.
Okay, good. I was saying, fabric will probably do better then, because you don't have to worry about ripping. Like, you know, it's made out of textile, it's made out of fibers, so it's strong. The only thing you might have to worry about is if it's older fabric and it's dry rotted. Okay. And we have that pulled out. Now, let's fix this side. This is the side where I effed up on. And I think I still have... No, I need pink.
I think the biggest issue with the fabric could be how thick it is. Definitely need to use a thin fabric.
Oh, I was kind of assuming that you're using something like twill. Or a very thin, lightweight cotton. I wasn't thinking that you were trying to sit here and do flannel, for example. I'm trying to find...
Ashley Unravels is now live. Streaming makers and crafting, Crochet and Chill 81.
Okay, I'm wondering if it's bouncing back and forth. No, I'm not, so... Can you hear me?
I was looking at fabric contact paper earlier and they had a bunch of velvets and I was like, no, velvet in a kitchen isn't a good mix.
Velvet, I would not do. Linen, maybe? I'm trying to remember if linen is a thin fabric or not. Why is it saying linoleum? We're not going to talk about all the search results I'm getting. My FBI agent is confused. Yeah, there's lightweight linen compared to heavy. Just going with the bunny. Actually, I'm pretty sure this is Thumper. Yeah, that's Thumper. What type of fabric do you have around your house? Found a pin, found Nightwing, found my lighter. Okay, nope, that's not a crochet hook.
I was originally looking at vintage wrapping paper. I have a bunch of vintage fabric that I'm trying to sell, but it's mostly upholstery stuff, so it's thick.
Because I'm thinking when you're saying the boxes, the 3.5 by 11 inch, like, can hold an index card size recipe box, right?
Yes, exactly.
I'm trying to think of a thin upholstery fabric. And with that, it's more of, you have to soak the fabric and form it around the box. Test them out on cardboard and see which one is better to work with. Like you said already earlier in the stream. Because you gotta use what you have, or you could always try to go, and I don't know if they would have it in a thrift store, but I do have examples of the fabric I'm talking about.
With Joann's gone, it's hard to find fabric in person.
Right. What I was thinking of, though, is not that you would want to use this.
Yama appears Twitchlit catch it using poke catch. Winners revealed in 90s.
But this is from, like, my great-grandmother's collection. But, like, this type of fabric, where it's super lightweight, these are, like, handkerchiefs or scarves. And you can see they're pretty see-through. So you have to do a couple layers. But something like this, potentially, I'm not giving these away because, obviously, I kept them from her. But I just so happen to have, like, this is a little bit thicker. But I could see someone finding this in a thrift store. You can't even see the pattern because of how much gold there's on it. Dang, turning it around doesn't help either.
That's so pretty.
She was a very exquisite personality. Actually, I haven't been through this in years. And, like, she even had scarves wrapped up in these things. But you could find a scarf like this, and then you could cut it or use it around the box. And then there's me wearing a Groose shirt.
No one caught it. John asked 5 rig.
Because you get, like, this one was folded up into a smaller piece. So it was thicker. But they're so thin and lightweight, if you get what I'm saying.
I've been wondering recently what happened to my grandmother's scarves and my grandfather's handkerchiefs.
Oh, this is birds on it. I just realized that. 3 little birds. I mean, repurpose them for crafting. Oh, I had to finish looking through this. I just knew I always keep them in here. I didn't realize that this had... You can't see a darn thing because of this light. There you go. It has like embroidery on it. I don't know if she did this or if she bought it like that.
I have all my dad's ties and I'm gonna make something with them.
I was trying to think, but I'm looking at because I have some vintage boxes in my room too. When I say my room is a treasure trove, I sort of mean it. And I was looking at the fact that I have like a vintage tin can and I have a box from the first mooncake that I ever had. I was like, well, technically you could sand them down and repaint them, but that doesn't sound like the vibe you're going for. I'm just trying to roll this ball of yarn up so that it doesn't get tangled. So I can see that already happening.
I have been on a mission lately to clean and reorganize my room and I've been finding all sorts of treasure.
It's fun though. That's the fun part about picking stuff up. The sad part is trying to find homes for everything. That's the only reason why I knew I had Thumper. He's from one of my last trips to Florida before COVID happened. Just happy Thumper. He does not fit in screen, unfortunately. Yeah, nope. Oh, are you going to be live with Tulpa on Thursday gaming this week? Or are you guys still trying to figure it out? Or when's the next time that you go live? So I'll try to put your stream up while I'm at work. I'll listen while you're playing games. It helps the time pass away.
So one of the Dumas cats managed to break the freaking folding table I use as a workstation in the other room, so now I need a new work table, which I have one but it's at my friend's house and I've gotta see if my sister's boyfriend will help me get it.
Oh! Kitty, that's not good. Don't they know that that's how you relax and de-stress? I guess I should ask, is the cat okay? I kind of assumed it was fine. Sounds like you're probably picking up the pieces right now.
There was stuff under the table, so they didn't go all the way through, just punched the cardboard tabletop out of the frame.
Kitty. Or, I don't know if it's still salvageable, but I was going to say, or was it trying to give you an opportunity to replace the cardboard top with a piece of wood or a piece of glass? Probably neither. I need to find my drill and charge the batteries. I'm going to finish rolling up this ball of yarn, and then I'm going to head out for tonight because I mixed up my days. So my dentist appointment is not until next week. So that means I have to go another week without caffeine.
The table at my friend's house is metal. It's heavy duty.
So no cat's getting through that. Makes sense. And I had to get up tomorrow and clock into work early because I left early today. So, with the end of this yarn winding stream, I will see you hopefully tomorrow. If not, I still hope that you have a great day and a good evening. Ta-ta for now.
I will probably be live Thursday morning with Tulpa, not sure about before that. Good night.